We'll stay on top of that story for you, but moving on, interviews for the position of Deputy Chief Justice continue today with the issue of abortion and the death penalty taking center stage as interviewees were grilled by the Judicial Service Commission. Former Ambassador to France Rachel Omamo and former FIDA chairperson Joyce Majiwa defended their positions on the controversial subjects in their bid to become the country's second most powerful judge. Rita Tinina reports on the search for Nancy Baraza's replacement.
The first woman lawyer to head the Law Society of Kenya in 2002, Rachel Omamo, was the morning session's interviewee.
What then is your judicial philosophy?
To always identify purpose and spirit. I'm certainly far away from being a textualist.
Don't you think you will be veering off a little bit on a dangerous train when you leave the text?
I'm not a textualist. I just have to say that. I don't like positivism.
The lawyer ambassador is a textualist because the law is about text.
The former ambassador to France was put on the spot over her stand on the death penalty.
What should we do with the death penalty?
I would look at it and probably, if I was sitting in the Supreme Court, probably rule in favor of furthering the right to life.
You would abolish the death penalty?
I would.
During the afternoon session, it was former FIDA chairperson Joyce Majiwa's turn to try and convince the JSC why she is the best candidate for the job.
In my view, I believe in judge-made law.
The whole issue about reforms in the judiciary is not like is accepted by everybody.
Well, I belong to reform. I know that the debate about reformist and not reformist and what is the reformometer.
Yeah.
However, I'm committed to the reform.
I find your experience too narrow.
I don't at all think that working for women is narrow. I would have been, if I was specializing, if our jurisdiction is one where people specialize, would you ask that of somebody who, say, maritime law?
Absolutely.
Are you also saying that outside our constitution there's a procedure in the law for safe abortion?
My own view is it should be safe, legal, and rare. Rare means that it is within the confines of the Constitution, if the mother's life is in danger.
With 4 candidates already having tried to impress the Judicial Service Commission, the panel has one more candidate to hear from before it can make a recommendation of who is best suited to take up that slot at the apex of the country's judiciary. Rita Tinina, KTN, at the Supreme Court.